Hello guys, my name is Eric Turgot and welcome to the next video in the GAC video tutorial series. This video will show you how to use touch input gestures for your input events in the activator setup menu. The touch input activators come with a lot of features, so let's go through them right now. And actually for this video, let me switch over to my build settings and change it to the iOS platform. Okay, now that we're in the Unity iOS platform, let's get started here. So let's go ahead and go and create a touch input source here. So when you add a touch input activator, you're gonna get a few new options here up top. The reason I switched over to using Unity iPhone from the Unity standalone is that you get to see more of the features that are available. Right now, in the Unity standalone, you're not going to be able to use the resolution orientation here. Of course, that makes sense. But let's continue. So with the new resolution mode here, you're able to select from multiple resolutions. You can also, if you go in, you can also switch your build settings to Android to get different preset of resolutions here to use for whatever you want to build to. So I'm gonna leave this to 480 320 iPhone right now, and followed by you can choose the resolution orientation you want to build your game for. So you can choose, of course, landscape or portrait. And the buttons below that are the tag and build, where you can show your touch area GUI, which is what tag stands for, in your builds for just for debugging. You can turn it off, of course, leave it off it's off for default, or you can use this to help you debug your setups. And the next button is the tag window, which I will show in just a few seconds. So let's go all the way down to our touch input activator here. Similarly, we have to set it up just like any other activator, but let me do one thing here. Let's go back here. Let's add a new animation. And let's choose spin kick here. Let's do that. Add it as a starter. Jump into our combos and let's add that group and then jump into our activator. And let's change that to spin kick. Let's leave that to activator 1 right now. I don't need to change anything. And then this section here are the gestures you can use. Right now, let's use the right gesture, which if I swipe right, it would trigger the animation. And the next section after that, the pop-up menu after that, will have the different amount of fingers you can use, 1, 2, 3, and so forth, up to 5. So let me leave that as 1 for now. And let's go down to the settings here. I will show you what the use touch area means in a few seconds too. Let's skip that over. Show visual touch area, I'll do that in a second too. The touch position and the touch dimensions all can be adjusted from here, or you can use the tag window. So let's jump back up to the tag window right now, and let's open that up. Okay, now we have the tag window open, and you can see the similar settings here. If I change this over here, it changes it here, but let's choose landscape now and leave it at 480. If I change this, you can see it mirror that. So let's leave it to 480 by 320. Right now we have nothing showing. This is because we need to click on a show visual touch area, and as you can see now, you can see my resolution frame being simulated here on the tag canvas. So this is what we're going to use. We can drag it here. This is what is called a touch area. And this is the position here that's shown is relative to the resolution frame here. So you can see it starts 0 here for this for the position. But if you go down here, it's relative to the tag window right now. So this is what it is. This is the position that it is in the tag window for the whole tag window, because the tag window's position starts from this side and not here itself. So let's continue that. You can, let me drag it in the middle of my screen, and you can size it the way, whatever size you want. And also let me change the color to red. So now I think I have it all set. So now I want to save that setup into a resolution here. So I can, of course, do it here, or I can do it over here if I want. Well, let's do it in the tag window right now, and I'm gonna save that. So right now I did try to save it, but it did not save. GAC gives a warning to let you know that the touch input wasn't saved because it was not set. So we need to remember that we need to set this section here first. Right now, there we go, now it's set. And then let's clear that out. And the tag window will tell you when it needs to refocus to get it going. So right now, let's try saving that again. And now you can see that this turns blue with an asterisk next to it. And you can see the information that the GAC would provide when you saved an activator slot with the touch input. So now we know that that worked, and that's the information we will get, the feedback info we will get from it. Let's clear that up and go back into our window. Okay, now that that's set, and I've already decided what I want, and we put it in the section of the screen I want, we have to remember, we have to notice, you cannot close this window by clicking X, because it will not close. So to fully close it, we need to hit the off button, and now we'll know that it says not ready. But if we click it on, it tells me it's not ready. And if I keep clicking X, it's not going to close. So let's turn that off right now because we don't need it. So now that we set up one of our touch inputs, you are not going to be able to see it on the regular game window here. So to actually see it, how your setup is in the actual game view, we can go to Windows, create animation combos, and then we go to touch areas GUI preview or tag preview. So we can click and open that. So when we click that, this will open our new tag preview window. And here you can see our actual tag touch area right here showing up. So to test out your setups, you can see the resolution that I've saved. You can actually save more resolutions that you need. So right now I have my touch area. So if I want, I can hit play. And right now, as you can see, it's not showing. And this is where I'll show you how to use the tag and build. So if I turn that on and I go back and hit play, you're going to be able to see the touch area show up on your builds or in play mode. So right now I have that set up, and now if I click mouse, the mouse is represented. The mouse, actually, since I'm testing this on, let's stop that, in the Unity editor and not actually on the device, let's edit that out for a second. And then I can actually change that to right so it doesn't affect. What I am trying to say right now is that the touch gestures will be simulated using the mouse, but I already have a mouse activator set here, so that I changed it from the left mouse into the right mouse instead, so it doesn't affect what I'm going to do in play mode here. So right now I want to test my gesture right here, which is the right gesture. And if I slide it to the right in my touch area, it does the spin kick. If I touch out of that area, nothing works. If I slide to the left, nothing works. If I slide up, nothing works. Slide down, nothing works. But if I slide right, you can see the touch area is activated right now. So let's stop that for a sec. And now let's add another one. Say I want to do an up gesture, and let's change that to activate 2 for just for testing. And let's close that for a sec. And let's go back to our animation setup menu and let's do something different here. I want to do sure you can. Let's set that as a user. I want to do a gesture to call it sure you can. And let's jump back in to our activators. Actually, I need to go to combo setup menu first and add that. Then go to activators. Let's do sure you can right there. Let's open my tag window to see what I'm doing. And up gesture calls that with one finger. I want to show that in my touch area. But here's the thing. If I know that I want to use the same area that I have in this section here, and I don't want to like move and redo all this movement and editing the dimensions of this area, what I'm going to do is not use my own touch area, but using touch input 6 touch area. So let's click on that, and now it removes it from here, and now we end up using the touch input 6 touch area. So let's set that. And what we have to do, we have to remember that we need to click, as you can see the tip here, you need to click save icon to use and update your stuff. So let's save that again, and let's turn that off and remove that for now. Let's reopen our tag preview and let's hit play again. So I can slide to the right to do that, and I can slide up to do sure you can. Slide to the right and up. All right, so say I wanted to create a nice combo right now, starting from the spin kick. Let's turn that off, and I want to close that out for a second. Let's go into our combos and find the spin kick group. Let's add a combo to that, and let's do, after the spin kick, we're going to do a tornado kick. Let's set that as using the same activator too, and leave that as is. So what it's going to do is do a spin kick, then into a tornado kick when I do another swipe gesture. But let me make sure I set the link option for the spin kicks, because I don't have any links set up here. Let's set that right now. Okay, now I have that set to be linked. Let's jump back into activator setup, and we can see it right now. So let's open up that tag preview again. Let's start playing it. And if I do my drag right, I can do that. But if I want to do that combo, there we go. It triggers that spin kick. So I do a right spin kick, and then I drag it again in to create that 2-hit spin kick combo. There we go. And I can still do my sure you can by dragging the gesture up. So I showed you how to use only one touch area if you want to, but say it says just as simple. Say you want to just use its own, as you can see. Let me just show that in there. Open the tag window, and of course, right now I can just set this here, and I want to leave the gesture as down. Let's change this to a blue color, purplish, bluish. That's blue, and I say I wanted to do a backflip just by sliding up. Leave that as activator 1. Actually, sliding down, I should say. So let's set that as sliding down. Leave that as 1. Save that. Make sure I hit the save button here and turn that off. Always make sure you do that or it won't work, of course. Let's open that tag preview again. And there you have the touch area right here. And if I slide down, he does his backflip. Let me stop that. And we can close that. But there you have just the basic setups. And you can continually use different, you can change the resolutions that you want to use for your setups. And one more thing you can do too is create your own custom resolution. And to do that, you have to come over here and then make sure you have custom resolution mode selected. And then you can start, click new resolution, and let's call it testing res. And then let's create like a small resolution, 200 by 200. You can add that resolution. I can come back over here, go back to testing resolution, and you can see that small resolution frame created here. So say I want to test out this small resolution. Let's move this out of the way, and let's save on that resolution here, and let's turn that off. Make sure my feedback says 200 by 200, so that's been saved. So what I'm going to do now is go back into my preview, and instead of previewing 480 by 320, I can go to my testing resolution where I can preview the resolution within this, preview my touch area within this resolution. I can hit play and you can do the same things. Okay, so now that we see how everything works here, I can do my combo. Look at that. Okay, and that's how simple touch areas are to set up. And all you need to do is just build to your devices. So make sure you have all the different, let's come out of custom. Make sure you have all your different, so you want, make sure if you're building for different resolutions, make sure you save each setup for all the different resolutions you want to use, because these are all different resolutions here. Okay, and that's how it is to set up touch areas in GAC. Thank you for watching.